Hi and welcome to this Board Game Opinions update on Gloomhaven. I'm Mark Windle.
I'm Sarah Hillier.
And this is sort of the second part of our update on Gloomhaven, but this is going to be spoiler filled. So if you don't want to know what's happened up to roughly, I don't know, say 25 to 30% in the game, maybe a quarter to a third way through, turn off now. We're warning you. Don't stay around. So, as in the other video, we're about 20-ish scenarios in.
We are.
We've gone through what I'm going to call, like, I don't know, it's like the opening act, which I think is the Jerksera opening section, which involves her plot line, essentially. She starts off with giving us missions. And then the second mission in particular was an eye-opener. I think they've obviously, I mean, it's actually quite, if you read it literally, it's quite hard to take, because you have to understand that you've gone up to this encampment, you've broken in there, and then you burst into a room, and there's like women and children, and they're terrified of you, and you're thinking, am I the bad guy? If you know what I mean. And that was a good sort of realising, I mean, I know I'm a mercenary and I'm there for the money, but which side of the line am I having set on? We've sort of played our characters, I certainly have, is I'm a mercenary, I'm out for the money, but I don't make money if everybody's dead. Exactly. So we're good, but we're good as in...
We're good mercenaries. Han
Solo good.
Yes.
As in, a bit scoundrelly good, as in... Money's important, but we're not going to start going to the line. So when we had the guard come up to her and say, she's obviously dodgy, do you want to find out more about her? We went on that route, and that obviously meant that we split from her main plot line, and we turned against her, and then we ended up killing her. And slitting her throat, chopping her head off, and doing that. So that was, I think it was like the opening act.
It was.
And now we seem to be going, because we left these initially and maybe moved out, we've kind of moved into an act now where we looked a bit at Gloom, which was mentioned very early on. We've not really heard anything more, but there's obviously some culty thing going on. And then we met this demon guy.
We have.
Through this portal, which sort of came from the Gloom thing. And that's pretty much where we are. We've done quite a few side missions, so I think we could probably push further forward the plot if we'd want to do more. I probably can do now, but as it stands, that's where we are. So, how do you feel like the world's developed, spoilery wise? As in, what have you learned?
See, that's with learning on the world. It's great being able to put the different locations actually onto the map, onto the board, I should say, sorry. Because then you can actually see where things are in location to where you are. It's like with Mark saying about where we've got this demon that we can go and either help or kill. We haven't quite decided.
He seems to want us to get some sort of item for him, but he's a demon. He hasn't actually been evil.
No.
but he is a demon.
Yeah, so we don't know which way to turn on that one yet. But it's literally, we could just jump straight into the portal by the side of it, because as you would expect, demon, open a portal, jump straight into it. So I like the way that it's expanding like that way, because you then don't have to keep going backwards and forwards into different areas. I love the way that the stories have just followed on. It's like how they did everything with Jerksera, that's how we pronounce it, whether it's right or not, I have no idea. It was just great, because it was literally, you did feel like you didn't know whether you should betray her or not.
It was a decision it was an important decision we had to make as a party.
And which obviously we then did go down that decision, and then we found out different things. Probably if we'd have gone the other way, we might have ended up having a lot more riches and
I mean, she might have paid as well.
But that's the story we chose. I mean, you guys out there, you might have done it the different way, and then maybe you can let us know what actually happens, so that we know what goes either way.
Don't give us any spoilers, but you can tell us what happened on the other route. I do like they've made the world very believable. Like so with the Inox thing when we went into their encampment. I mean, it's like they're obviously seen as a brutish evil race, but we're not evil, but an outlandish sort of race. And you kind of at times going, I'm not sure these truths that we've heard are correct, but I guess that's because I'm Inox anyway because I'm the brute. But yeah. It's it is a believable world, which is good. And how's your character evolved? As in, how have you found the evolution on the deck in regards to that?
Well, that's actually on my previous character. I was playing the Tinker, and the evolution on the cards wasn't brilliant. I don't feel like it stepped up quite as good as what yours did.
But yours was less specialised.
Mine was less specialised. So I don't think it stepped up as great as what it could have done. But at the end of the day, it's a tinkerer. You're a bit here, you're a bit there.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're a bit of like an all-round sort of body, really. Yeah. But towards when I was starting to retire that character, that's also why we didn't carry on with main quests, because there was different areas I needed to go to and make sure we had a successful encounter in that area so I could retire my character. There were different scenarios that I was able to then keep Mark alive so that he could then carry on hitting different people. But I quite like where I have retired that character, and then I've gone into the Sunkeeper, which is the tiny little miniature on that one.
Which we unlocked via being very good. Oh, we
did.
We've ended up making enough on the good side. Our party reputation has currently gone past 10, so...
Yes, so when you go past 10 on your reputation, you've got to unlock the Sunkeeper, which is it's like a bit of a paladin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a paladin.
Yeah, because there was one of the event cards that we did. We were in a tavern and we could go and help someone find their daughter or not, and it was literally we were gonna go and do it anyway, but obviously where I was reading the cards, it was like, if you've got the Sunkeeper, you're told you actually have to do it. They drag you out of the tavern and say, you are doing this. So I think that's going to be quite interesting with them, that they're actually going to force different things. Whereas I don't think with the starting characters, they do that. Obviously, we have only played 2 of them. So yeah, I like the way that I've been able to retire that character and have this one where we've unlocked it from getting to level 10, because the other unlocked character that we did that I could have upgraded to, it wasn't that great. But when you first unlock a character, which we were quite sceptical about this to start off with, we were able to open the town records book. It's basically it's a story. Yeah,
I think there's something going to go with that. I think that's going to have something really important in it, because obviously it's essentially going the guy who's writing it thinks there's some importance to Gloomhaven. I mean, by the fact that one of the big bads we're guessing is named called Gloom, the Haven for Gloom would give it. I think that, I mean, it's telling you things about the past of Gloomhaven, why it's important. So I wonder if it's going to push into that. That's going to give you the real, actual main backbone story. Yeah. We're not sure yet. I found, with my brute, that a lot of the cards are more useful as you get past it. I mean, you start off with like thinking a strength 3 hit's pretty strong, even as a brute, and a strength 4 is great. But I've got like a reusable strength 5 hit now, and I can do an instant kill on a non-elite enemy, or I've got strength 8 one-off use, and then there's always the great handy one, which is the XX one. So if depending on how many spaces I move this turn, is my strength. Well, that timed with some boots of striding can give you a nice one-off big hit that's really handy. Then
on the last scenario that we did, I've got a card in this Sunkeeper deck that I was able to allow an ally within a space of 3 to move an extra 4 steps. So when we linked all of them
we
together,
read that as it's saying that it's how many spaces I've moved this turn. I don't know if it means whether my specific turn or the general turn. We took it as I've done 4 move already, and I've got some more, and it kind of goes with that. What's been your favourite scenario that you can remember? Is there any particularly standard out better than any others?
I loved the last one that we did, where we didn't have to kill all of the monsters, where a lot of them have been kill everything that's there. And especially with my previous character where I wasn't great on killing things, this was a lot better, where we had to stand on we had to kill certain things to start off with, and then open a door, and then we had to stand on different pressure pads, which I just thought was absolutely brilliant. So to start off with, I stood on one of them so then Mark could go through and then kill something to stand on the next one. But then once he stood on that pressure pad, it opened the last set of doors, which we then had to loot the treasure tile that was there. But there was these two massive monsters, and I couldn't kill them.
Like golems or something like that, weren't they?
Absolutely. So what we had to do is I had to run in a different direction to get them to follow me, and then use my massive moves to then run past them to then loot the chest. And it was nice and different. I liked that. I
think my favourite one was, I believe it's the one that allowed us to, based on the story, to unlock the upgrades on the cards, which we'll cover in a second. But on that one, we had to go around all the chests on the board. And that was, it was tough. I mean, I don't think we could have killed everything on the board. It's designed that you don't need to kill everything on the board. You've just got to be able to optimise your move, kill enough for every step, so that you can keep moving. You felt like you just had to keep running through the scenario, holding things off long enough, getting away from them. And it was very, very tactical and technical. Maybe almost too much. You're having to optimise every move, and you just stand there going, well, if I think I can get there by this point, hopefully it won't get to me. Yeah, that was really tough.
We failed that to start off with. Yeah, and then we started
we
again.
did it again. We got very close on the first time, and the second time we did it, but it was very tough.
Yeah.
Talking about the card upgrades, I think that's been the bit I've least looked at in the game, because I think we just haven't collected enough money to ever do it, where you add the extra stickers onto the cards.
Yeah,
you've not even looked in that much.
No, I haven't.
You usually add extra damage or whatever, maybe add like effects and whatever. But when you're actually looking at the cost, unless I start selling my items, it's actually quite high. And because I feel like I'm close to getting rid of this character anyway, it's another case of, am I putting money in for the sake of it that I'm going to get rid of? I mean, obviously you don't take the money with the character when they disappear, but even so, I just sometimes, I'm not sure, it feels like a waste, as opposed to when we put lots of money into the whatever they are.
Oh, it's the oak tree.
The oak tree thing. Those guys, because they were an easier method of unlocking prosperity, and obviously prosperity is a constant boon, especially with like getting new items and stuff out.
And the thing is, every time you put money into it on every round, you then get 2 bless cards. So that has been more handy for us.
Yeah, the blessings are really useful.
Using 10, well, you can't really buy an item for 10 money. Not that I know, or anything.
Not much anyway.
Decent. I suppose that's the only thing. It's like a lot of the items, they're very expensive and they're not brilliant.
Use as well. Yeah,
and a lot of like the good items, it's just one-off, and then they're out of the whole game.
And I've quite like the eagle eye goggles that give you advantage are handy, because if you have done a big attack like for me, I don't want to risk the fact that I might just draw the miss card and I've just wasted a load of stuff. So I kind of stuff like that's handy. They're useful, but they can be often quite situational.
Well, it's like that hammer that you've got, isn't it? Or is it the axe?
Oh, the one that's undead specific, or the one that like can attack 2 squares.
The 2 squares.
Yeah, you just have to
make sure
place.
You've got them there.
So, I mean, the campaign's obviously building up. Do you think the campaign's going to get more epic as it goes through, or do you think this is sort of the level it's going to stay at?
I do think it will become more epic, because there are a hell of a lot of characters that can be unlocked. We probably won't even get into... No, we won't see everything. But there are envelopes that we get that are in there that we can undo at some point. I'm really interested to know where this Town Records book goes, with how the story's going to go on it. Because I just love a story-based game.
Yeah.
I just think it really just throws you into it, and there's a lot of like theme there, and it engulfs you into it. So I think it will get better. I think once you retire your brute character, I think it will be a little bit of a slog to start off with to get us back up to a decent level, obviously depending on what.
But at least it balances out, and this, because of the levelling on the monsters, you don't feel too weak. You don't, just because you were fighting really hard monsters 1 or 2 missions ago doesn't mean you are now. I think the only thing that's quite at this point, with the nature of the game, because there's only 2 of us going through the campaign, is we're going to see less content and people play as a group of 4, because they're going to unlock all the extra characters and stuff quicker. But I guess the whole point is our story, and it's the story that we've told.
Yeah.
So do you think we'll finish the campaign?
I think we will. I think, well, at the moment we've just been caning it, to be honest. I don't think we've actually played another game, just the 2 of us, since we got it. I could be wrong on that one.
Maybe not.
So I do think we will finish it, because we've invested so much time so far. I'm not sure whether we'll do it all in one go. Yeah, I think we might end up going, no, let's put that to one side and then we'll go back to it. Because you still want to have that excitement. I don't think it will be not the excitement wise of what Pandemic Legacy was, because that was a tick down timer.
That was also Pandemic Legacy. You went through the deck in one specific way.
Yes.
I mean, we can't really spoil that, but
no.
Events were always going to happen.
Exactly.
Well, in this, you're not guaranteed. This is more open world.
Yes.
Like I said, like Skyrim, etc. So you're developing the world as you go and see it, as opposed to being funneled down a particular route. I think we'll continue probably to the point where we feel like the next chapter's done, or the next section of the plot where we feel like we've come to some sort of partial resolution, and then maybe give it a little break for a while. But yeah, we've really enjoyed it, and that's where we are in the game. Any other things you want to say before we?
No, not really. We are enjoying it. If you watched our video beforehand as well, that shows you how much we are enjoying this. So yeah, I want to carry on playing it, see where we get to, and you never know. If you want to know how we're getting on, say in another month or so time, then by all means put some comments on, and we can do that, and then update further.
But don't spoil this for other people.
No, exactly.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening, and hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.
Bye.